Join us to navigate your awakening as we share the ancient science of transformation. Practicing this ancient wisdom will help you tune into your power and unlock your greatest potential. If you are ready to embark on your awakening and discover your soul path, then please welcome your host and transformation expert, Trenayce.
Welcome to Navigating the Awakening. I am your host, Trenayce. Thank you for joining me today. I greet you in love and in the light of the infinite creator. I would like to begin this show with the internal light meditation so that we can all align our energies with the cosmos, with the universal light of source. If you are driving or listening to this and not able to close your eyes, then please simply open your heart and allow the intention of healing to move through you. Allow each breath to relax you more and more as we go deeper. Let's begin. First breath in. Breathe out. Second breath in. Breathe out. Third breath in. Breathe out. Relax. Allow your breaths to find their natural rhythm. With each breath in, allow yourself to become centered and focused. With each exhalation, release all tension and stress, any mental distractions or images, and allow yourself to be in this moment in meditation. Focus your attention on the center of your chest. See your internal light as it illuminates your heart, as it fills your heart with brilliant, healing white light. Continue to see this light as it grows brighter and brighter, as it moves in all directions throughout your chest, moving into your lungs, filling your lungs with healing energies, removing any excess toxins, and allowing each and every red blood cell that passes through your lungs to be filled with life-giving energies, to be spread throughout the body to all extremities. Continue to see this light as it grows brighter and brighter from within your chest, moving in all directions, moving up into your shoulders, down into your arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, and moving into your palms and fingertips. Allow the healing energies to flow through your palms, radiating out into the world and all around you. Continue to see this light as it moves up through your neck, releasing tension and stress, moving into your ears, your nose, your eyes, your forehead, and moving up into your crown, activating the connection with your higher self, allowing for clear communication, clear downloads. And now see the light as it moves down into your diaphragm and your stomach, continuing to bring healing to these organs, moving into the small intestine and the large, activating the healing that is formed from absorbing your light energies and your nutrients. Continue to see the light as it moves into the kidneys, the gallbladder, the liver, the spleen, the bladder, and the pancreas. All of your organs, tissues, and cells are now filled with healing light, bringing you into perfect balance, perfect health, aligning you completely with all that is good, all that is desired. Continue to see the light as it flows into the colon and the uterus or the sex organs, allowing for healing within these organs of the body. These are your organs of release, allowing you to let go of all energies that no longer serve your highest good. And now see the light as it passes through your hips, moving through your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, and into the soles of your feet. You are now filled with healing light, bringing you into perfect balance, perfect health. Continue to see the light as it flows through the soles of your feet, turning into silver cords that move deep into Mother Earth, that anchor you and ground you to Mother Earth. Allow this energy to flow, excess energies to flow through these cords, to be absorbed by Mother Earth, to be recycled to create something beautiful. And now continue to see your light as it grows brighter and brighter from within your being, moving through each and every pore or hole in your body, allowing for the energies to flow through, spreading the light now all around you. You are filled with healing light and now surrounded by beautiful rainbow-colored white light. It's full of the vibrations and the frequencies of healing of every level, connecting with all of your chakras, meridians, aligning you, bringing you into perfect balance, opening you to the higher dimensions, clearing the lower, allowing for this light to continue to grow brighter and brighter as it now spreads all around you, filling the room or the area in which you are doing your meditation, spreading out until now it is filling the complete space with beautiful healing rainbow-colored light. You are protected, you are safe. Your energies are being rebalanced, cleansed, detoxified. All frequencies and vibrations that no longer serve your highest good are being dissolved and eliminated, allowing you to feel lighter, healthier, more vibrant, clear of mind, body, and spirit, allowing you to connect with the higher realms on every level. Continue to see this light as it now spreads and moves through the walls or the barriers that are around you, flowing out into the community, the towns, the cities, the states, the countries, until the entire earth is now filled with your light, and all of our lights join together as one, from wherever we are throughout the world, allowing this healing light to bring us into oneness, peace, love, forgiveness, bringing the vibration of healing to this planet, within it, and all around it, and allowing this light to bring balance and healing back to the minds, bodies, and spirits of all those who desire it. Continue to see our light as it continues to spread out, moving into the universe, carrying healing energies of love, forgiveness, oneness to the extremities of the multiverse, bringing all of our hearts together as one, as a universal family of light. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing your light with me. Now, our discussion today will begin with a message from Spirit. And after our break, we will move into Native Earth Astrology and discuss the Elk People. Now, as I was preparing for today's show, I felt like there was something else that I was missing, and I was supposed to share something with you. So I went into meditation, and Spirit began to show me that we need to move into a question that seems to be posed by many different people. So Spirit wants me to answer someone's questions. And I'm not sure who this is, but it is most definitely for someone. And on some levels, it's for all of us. So this is the first time that I've ever done anything like this, giving a message to someone in this manner. And I have not met them, nor do I know anything about them. But Spirit is giving me a message to answer, and I think we can all learn something from this message. The issue is change, a resistance to change. So Spirit wants you to realize that change is a creative force, and the more you resist it, the more you keep what you want away from you. Sometimes change happens in unexpected ways. It catches us off guard, and then we begin to fight it. So this could apply to any situation and anyone listening. And so this is good advice for all of us because we are living in the times of change on our planet. Now, change is the only way that the universe can bring something new into our lives. It's the only way that your prayers can be answered. So no matter how bad it looks, if you see it as a way for your blessings to flow in, then it will always work for your highest good. The universe is always trying to bless you. So there is a certain perspective, a certain mindset that we must all have. And in our world, because it is massive at this time. In order to see change as a blessing, we must become more optimistic in our way of thinking. So first, you need to know that you are loved greatly and protected by your angels and guides and your higher self. There's a host of beings that are looking out for your highest good while you are incarnated on this planet. And next, you must remember that you are a creation of love, divine love. You are the essence of God in a physical form. You are made of light, and that light is pure love. And finally, you must know that your life has purpose. You must awaken to the greater possibilities of your life. You have greatness within you, and the universe is trying to help you see it more clearly. Now, another question is, why has this change occurred? And again, since I'm not speaking directly to a person, I'm speaking to thousands of people, this change can apply to you. It could be very different, a very different reason why you're asking it. But the answer is very much the same for everyone. The soul is eternal and life is cyclic. We are ancient beings that learn from taking on different perspectives from life to life. The reason why changes are occurring has ancient roots. We are here to heal our past, and this is being played out in every area of our lives. We must grow to the next level, to new heights with each incarnation, or we risk falling back into old patterns that keep us stuck in the lower realms. Now, the answer is to be optimistic and to expect new doors to open to get you where you want to go. You must be open to finding new solutions to old problems. And most of all, you need to have faith and develop your inner connection to Source. This will give you greater peace and free you from unnecessary worry. Now, this message can apply to everyone on the planet because we are all living in a time of great change, great transformation. A transformation is complete change. And when it's complete, nothing will resemble the old. This is happening on every level at this time in our world, as well as in our personal lives. The great transformation means something new is coming in. And depending on your expectation, that will determine how you respond to the changes. If you are ready for new earth and know that this has been prophesied to come, then you will be more optimistic that this is a time for humanity to be free. But if you fall into fear and negativity, then you will fear the changes and expect the worst. And this is why it is important for you to have more information to give you greater hope for a brighter future. Humanity as a whole is going through a very real transformation. And this is what we are calling the awakening. We will not only shift in our consciousness, but in a physical form. We are moving into our light bodies. We are becoming much less dense. And this is why your diet will start to change, and you will not desire to eat certain foods that you may have been eating on a regular basis. You will desire more liquids in your life, and you will be opposed to more dense foods. And this is all part of the physical transformation. It will be spontaneous. So just as a butterfly and a caterpillar look nothing alike, so shall it be for us once this transformation is complete. We will be completely new beings, and this is prophesied. But everyone is not moving into the higher realms of transformation. Some people have chosen not to transform, and so they will remain in the lower realms of consciousness. They will be consumed by their fear. This is also prophesied. Everyone must choose to awaken. It is a personal choice. And because we live in a free will universe, we don't have to do anything that we don't want to do. The awakening is happening, but everyone is not participating in it. Some choose to remain asleep, and so they will move deeper into a sleep state. But as for those who choose to awaken, you are choosing a life of transformation. You desire to move into the higher states of consciousness. Not only will you begin to take on new ways of seeing things in your life, but everything about your life will begin to change. You will begin to awaken the dormant DNA that is within you. And Spirit calls this your butterfly DNA. Your body will become stronger. Your gifts will begin to surface. Your magic will manifest spontaneously. But this will occur in steps, just as the caterpillar has phases that it moves through to become a butterfly. So it is with us. The caterpillar goes into its cocoon and literally breaks down and becomes food for that which becomes the butterfly. And from the dormant DNA that has to be within the caterpillar, a new creature is born. And there is huge debate among scientists about this because the DNA of the caterpillar and the butterfly are completely different, so much so that they are considered different species. And this is how it will be for us. We are changing. We are becoming. We are beings of light that have taken on these physical forms. And we've come to this place called Earth to have an incredible experience, to learn, to grow, to expand. And as we take on this body and different perspectives through different incarnations, then we begin to see ourselves in different ways because everything is us. Everything is us. So if there's something in your life that you feel is ugly or you would like to see it removed, and of course there are things for all of us that we see this in our lives in this way, then the best thing for you to do is go within yourself because that is emanating from within you. And this can be really hard because when we think of ourselves as good people and very loving and kind people, we don't see the aspect of ourselves that is the more darker part of us. And so this is why we have these experiences where the darkness manifests in front of us and we can't avoid it. We can't look away. It's there as a mirror for us. And the beautiful thing is we'll talk more about this as we get into the Elk People, because they are perfect for this. So the ancients, on many levels, called the shadow work. This is the shadow work, when you must go back within the self and heal that which is shadow, that which is the part of us that is dark, that is unlikable, that is undesirable. And it's not easy to see it because it's the part of us that we stuff down, that we don't want to look at, that we don't want to think about. But what happens is we've gone through so many incarnations of stuffing this part down that it has become somewhat of a monster within us. And now it's mirroring outside of us. And this is what humanity seems to be facing at this time, is a collective unconscious shadow that we are dealing with. And our work is to make this conscious, to realize that not only on a personal level are we in the midst of healing our shadow, because it's definitely the time of the shadow. And we'll definitely talk more about that as we move on. But we are dealing with this on a collective consciousness level. And so each one of us has a role to play, has a part in that collective consciousness. So as each one of us begins to work on our shadow energy, it begins to help the other parts of us. Because again, it's just one. We are all one being having a myriad of experiences. So it is the law of one. If one part of us begins to heal, then it works the same way as homeopathy. And some of the scientists that have written really beautiful books on homeopathy talk about if one person begins to take homeopathy, how it begins to heal humanity as a whole. We all get stronger because one person began to change. And so this is the case with the challenges we face on the planet today. As each one of us begin to get the courage to face our own inner darkness and do our internal work to heal our shadow, then we begin collectively to shift the energy of the masses, of the unconscious collective. And our work is to make us more conscious on this level where we can see it without having to go into different states of consciousness, be it hypnosis or whatever levels that we seek out. Because when we do past life regressions or quantum healing hypnosis, which I do through the Dolores Cannon technique, we begin to see different aspects of ourselves that still need to be healed. And that has been my experience with quantum healing hypnosis, is that when I work with people, I see exactly when they're in that experience what that relates to in their life now. And it's either a part of them that needs to be healed, or it's a part of themselves that they've forgotten and they need to remember in this life, because it'll give them strength to deal with whatever challenges they have now. And so we, each one of us, is an important part of this puzzle. And that's why this information is so important for each one of us to see ourselves as an aspect of the sacred hoop of life. And not only in this incarnation where we look at our birth dates so we can see the dominant energy that we brought in, but as a whole, we look at all of the aspects of the sacred hoop because it is all us. And so in each individual, in each person, we carry the whole. We are universes within ourselves. And so know that you are extremely powerful. As they say, can one person truly change the world? Yes, 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 you can. And we see that every day. We see that every day. So don't look at yourself as being just a little human that is powerless. And we have all of these conditionings that we have to work through in our belief system. But when you begin to see yourself on a higher level as a divine being of light that incarnated on this planet to have this amazing experience, then you begin to see how beautiful you are and how powerful you are, and the gifts and the magic that you brought in to this place with you. It's a beautiful thing that we get to work together and work out these issues, and we all grow from it. We all are increased in our light, in our love, in our power, and the force to change humanity. And when we change humanity, because we are connected to the universe, we literally change the world and the universe as a whole, the multiverse. We are affecting every level of consciousness, every parallel universe, every parallel dimension. That is our work here on planet Earth. And you are amazing beings, and you need to know that about yourself. It's time for you to take your power back and to know yourself more deeply on those unseen levels. And that is what we're working on, to dig up that which you are. And this is the time. This is the time of the awakening. This is a beautiful time to be on the planet. And I look forward to talking about this in more depth as we go forward from week to week. Now, I would love to share more with you on this shadow work, and we will talk about this in future episodes because it's something that you definitely need to know about. It's something we all must do, all must heal our shadow and move forward in this process of awakening. Now, after our station break, we will begin our discussion on the Elk People. It's a beautiful time to be on the planet. We'll be back in just a moment.
The cutting edge of conscious radio, OMTimes Radio, IOM FM. Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community.
Awaken the Healing, Reclaim Your Life is a podcast that will change your life. If you are interested in expanding your consciousness and being self-empowered, then please tune in to our show. You can find us at awakenthehealing.com or on your favorite podcast app or platform. It's time for you to reclaim your life.
Ascending Hearts is no ordinary dating site, but a spiritual dating site with a purpose, to link you with your soulmate. We engineer the serendipity so you can trust that you will attune with someone that has the same matching vibration as you. Ascending Hearts, the conscious dating site for the spiritually aware. Try Ascending Hearts for free, ascendinghearts.com.
More than 24 million Americans have an autoimmune disorder, and that number continues to grow. I'm Sharon Saylor, and I'm one of those 24 million. To put that number in perspective, cancer affects about 9 million and heart disease up to 22 million. That's why I've brought together top experts and those thriving regardless of their diagnosis to bring you the latest, most up-to-date information. Join me, Sharon Saylor, Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, for the Autoimmune Hour on Life Interrupted Radio to find out how to live your life uninterrupted.
If I could be you,
and you could be me for just 1 hour.
if you could find a way,
to get inside
Each other's mind.
walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out, and for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org, brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Welcome back to Navigating the Awakening. Now let's begin to look at people who were born between November 22nd and December 21st. These people belong to the Thunderbird Clan, and by entering the sacred hoop of life at this time, this initiated them into the fire element, and they are called Elk People. This is native earth astrology. These people were born under what is known as the long snow's moon. Obsidian is their mineral totem, and black spruce is their plant totem, and the elk is their animal totem. Let's start with the mineral totem. Obsidian. This is a powerful stone that is made of granitic magma. It is identical to granite, containing feldspar, quartz, and ferromagnesiums. The only difference is where it is formed. If granitic magma solidifies beneath the surface, granite is formed. But if the same magma pours rapidly out onto the earth and cools quickly, then obsidian is formed. Sometimes mountains are formed from this mineral. And that would just be incredible to see a mountain of obsidian. Small rounded pieces of obsidian which weather from larger pieces are called apache-tears. This stone is usually black in color, shiny and translucent, but it can be found in other colors, including a variety that shows many colors, and this is called rainbow obsidian. This glass is hard and razor sharp along its edges, so it should always be handled with care. The native people would turn this glass into spearheads and arrows. The ancient Toltecs and Mayans made them into mirrors and other jewelry that can be used to access other realms. The ancient Egyptians carved large statues with this and other decorative pieces. And this was a great feat because obsidian is one of the most difficult minerals to work with due to its hardness and extreme tendency to crack. Obsidian is believed to have great powers because of its origin flowing from deep within Mother Earth. And it is great for grounding and reconnecting to earth energies. So by learning how to use this stone, the ancients believed that it would give you the power to see within the minds of others. It is also used to stare into as a mirror so that you can go deep within yourself to discover the other aspects of your soul. It is also used as a scrying stone. And a scrying stone is one that allows people to see into the future. So obsidian is very, very ancient and has been used by many ancient people throughout the world. Obsidian is also known to protect its holder from evil spirits. So like the mineral, elk people can be both shiny and translucent. When well developed, these people have an inner glow that lights their entire being. Elk people, like their stone, can be hard to shape to a new viewpoint or situation, but once they are there, they are solid. These people can also crack under great pressure, but if handled with care and delicately, they can learn to create beautiful things, and they will create beautiful things. They walk a razor's edge in life because they have a dual nature. And like obsidian, these people make great mirrors for others when they are in balance. They are fierce protectors of those they love, and they have a keen sense of seeing through people and getting to the truth of a matter. They can be as sharp as glass or as smooth as its surface. And elk people have to learn how to control their quick outbursts of anger. They can't have a temper because they are of the Thunderbird Clan. They are a fiery nature. Now, 1 minute they can be peaceful and the next explosive. And this is why they must take time to develop themselves from within to control their fiery nature. They are the least fiery of the Thunderbird Clan because they are born in the time of the great snows and the cold of the earth. So this allows them the opportunity to be cool-headed as well as they can be very hot-headed. But they do have this dual nature about them. Now, for their plant totem, the black spruce. This plant is very powerful, and every part of this tree is used for healing. It is a majestic member of the pine family. Now, the wood of the black spruce is soft and strong and free from knots. The needle tips are soft and aromatic when they are young, so you can chew on them. They can be used to make teas, and they are full of vitamin C. The gum of the tree is the medicinal part that can be used for many, many types of healing. They make casts by using the gums for different parts of the body. If you have broken parts, broken bones, you can create a cast from this gum. And not only will it hold the bone in place, but it will also heal from the energy and the nutrients that are within the gum. So the tree is used for many, many types of healing and also for creating chewing gum. And every part of this tree is used to heal issues of the throat, the lungs, and the whole body. The needles make a beautiful tea, very healing. It will strengthen your immune system and fight off microbes of all kinds. The oils of this spruce tree and pines as a whole can be used to kill germs and is often used as natural cleaning agents in the home. Now, the pine trees are some of the most powerful healers on the planet, and they are known by the native people as all healing trees. So they're very honored. Now, elk people, just like the black spruce, have the ability to heal many ills of humanity. They are soft and strong, just as the wood of the black spruce. These people are multi-talented, and when in balance, they know how to bring the balance to others. And they use many different ways to do it. They are true assets to whatever community they find themselves in. When they are young, they can be very calm children, but they are known to have sudden outbursts of anger. And as they grow older, they can become sharp as the needles of the pine if they are not in balance and if they don't learn how to control their anger. So their job is to find balance within themselves and to connect often with Mother Earth in order to maintain a beautiful balance in their life. They are true healers, so they are most happy when working with other people because they really want to help others grow to great heights, just as the pine grows to great heights. The people of this totem could benefit greatly from using the medicine of the pine to help with their knees and their thighs, which are sensitive parts of the elk people. The pine can also help with digestive and eliminative issues. So if the bowels are backed up, you can also use the pines to help move the bowels and to also help strengthen your digestive system. So this is important for all of us to know. Now, for the animal totem, the elk, this majestic creature can grow very large and is the most regal member of the deer family. Elk live in the high country in the summer and come back to lowlands in the fall. Elk have few natural enemies because they are very, very powerful. And the bulls, the males of them, grow very long horns and they're very fierce fighters. So none of the other animals, as cougars and bears, want to tangle with a bull when it is in its prime, for sure. So they are very powerful and protective. They love to have a harem of women around them. So the elk love to have many, many, many female elk around them. And so you'll see this same trait in our elk people as well. They like to keep old lovers around. They are not great with young children, but they do like to work with the children as they grow older. And usually it's the males that aren't very good with young children because the female elk is very, very good with her children. And she's one that be very protective and bring them up to a certain age. But after they get to be a certain age, she will give them a lot of freedom. And so that of the female elk. And so when the children of the elk are beginning to grow. The children of the elk can be very, very intelligent, very smart, very playful. They pick up things very quickly. They take on the attributes of their parents because they're very, very intelligent beasts. And so is it with the elk people. They're the same way. And another thing about the elk in the state of the people is that they hate injustice and they will fight against it anywhere that they see it. And they're very watchful of others and they look out for the people who are around them. So elk people will fight with everything they have to bring justice and freedom to the people around them. They're very, very protective. These people make great friends, and whomever they're around, they love to bring them up. And they're very easy to speak to. They're very good at giving good advice. They love to help people. So in their doing, they're always bringing the clan in with them. They don't want to do things by themselves. They love to have people around them while they're doing it. So the men of this totem can be very competitive because the elk itself is very competitive and it likes to protect its area. So it will be very fierce to keep other males away. And so one thing as elk people that you have to be conscious of is that competitive nature that will naturally run through you as this is your totem and you take on its energy. Now, the women of this totem like to keep old lovers around as well, and they're not as competitive as their counterpart male, but they are very good with luring in beautiful mates, let's say it that way. And so they love to have their old lovers around. They never really want to cut off those relationships. So if you are in a relationship with an elk person, you may see this being very common, but it is the nature that they have through their elk totem. Now, one thing about elk people is that they really need to work on their inner world, their inner development through meditation and through taking time to go into nature. They love to be in nature. And if you are an elk person and you don't know that about yourself, then you definitely are not in your balance. So elk people like to be in high places. So and that means physically and metaphysically in high places. So they love to do things that will bring them into higher heights. So they work very hard. They're very hard workers, and they will develop very good ideas that also include others to take them to great heights. So all of their totems, the obsidian, the black spruce, and the elk represent this, and you can see that. So the black spruce can grow up to 40 feet in height. It's one of the most majestic of the pine. And the elk itself is a very large animal, and it gets very beautiful and huge. And so they're very independent people who like to stand out. They're not ones that like to follow the crowd so much. They like to lead the pack. So you will see that in their personalities and in the things that they create. They're very creative people. They're multi-talented people. And mostly they need to just find balance because they are probably some of the easiest to balance within the Thunderbird Clan because they have the least of the fire. So once these elk people become balanced with their nature of hot and cold, because they can run between that hot and cold energy, because they were born in the winter, the cold months in the north, and they have a fire nature naturally. You will see this, and some may call that having different energies flowing through them, being of an imbalanced type. But that is, you'll see that mostly, that running back and forth between the sense of a bipolar nature when they are not in balance. But when these people really work on themselves, they are some of the most powerful people. You really want to go to them when you need to understand things on a deeper level, because they have a natural tendency to be able to look deeply into situations and things. They're very intuitive. They're very keen. And so just as the obsidian is used to look deeply into other realms, so is it with the elk people. When they're in balance and they have developed themselves or are developing themselves, they will find it very easy to tap into the other realms. Very much like the snake people in that sense. And they are, and you see how they, butt right up against the snake people. So they have many of those attributes as well to be able to see into the other realms. The obsidian is a very powerful mineral, and it's used in many ancient cultures. And so when we look at these minerals and we look at totems and we see that if you go around the world and you study ancient cultures, and many of them were using these minerals for the same things, then it tells you that it's not a lot of woo-woo. There's something to this. And so when you begin to use these tools yourself in your spiritual development, you will begin to see for yourself how powerful they are. And even today, the obsidian mirror is being taught. And it's being taught in Mexico. It's being taught in many places around the world. But Sergio Magana is one person that I would suggest that you all check out, because he has some classes on the obsidian mirror, but he also teaches the ancient Toltec traditions. He is one that has been blessed to be given this great information to be passed down for this time that we're in, the time of the sixth sun. So in learning more about the obsidian and the obsidian mirror, it's used to help you to see within yourself. But you also have to be conscious of the awakening that we're all experiencing at this time. And I encourage people to study, but I encourage people to look deeply before they leap into something. You need to know what you're getting yourself into, because there's many, many, many different things going on the planet today. And some of them aren't for your highest good. So you need to develop your discernment, your ability to feel what is for you, what's not for you, what's for your good, and what will harm you. And as you develop yourself spiritually, you will find that these ancient tools that were used and are still being used in some cultures and some places are very powerful tools in this time of awakening, because it's time for us to begin to learn how to use them again. We are living in a time when the ancients spoke of us in some very profound ways. Now, from the aspect of the ancient Toltecs, and I'm going to that culture because we're talking about the obsidian, and they used obsidian mirrors in this practice on a regular. So the ancient Toltecs speak of this time that we are in now as the birthing of our sun, a new sun, and it's called the sixth sun. And because we are living through this time of the rebirth of our suns, the people who are incarnated on the planet at this time are here at a prime time when the energies are at a height that you can develop yourself spiritually in a way that will not be possible for other souls until the 12th sun. So if you heard me correctly, then you realize how deep that is. The time we are living in, because we are in the time of the sixth sun being incarnated here on the planet and in our universe, it is a time when you can develop yourself spiritually to develop powers and abilities of healing, of all manner of powers that have never been seen before on the planet. And it's powers that are good powers for the healing of humanity, healing of the earth, the healing of our universe. These powers can be developed now by the people who are incarnated on this planet that are choosing a path of transformation. And these abilities will not be able to be developed again until the time of the 12th sun. So that's 40,000 more years before souls will be able to access this energy once again. So it's a great and amazing time to be on the planet. And people that are of the Elk Clan, they have a sense of knowing. They have a sense of knowing how to tap into these mirrors and abilities to use the obsidian. So even if it's innate within you and it's dormant, you haven't accessed it, when you begin to research and study, it will come very easily for you. It will come very easily for you. So I encourage the Elk people to look into this, expand their consciousness, expand themselves to become the masters that they are born to be. Because humanity is in need of you at this time to help them see deeper into themselves, to help them know how bright and powerful and grand they really are. Because people have forgotten how powerful they are, who they are at the deepest levels of themselves. And Elk people are here to help us see that within ourselves. They're here to help people reach the highest heights of their spirituality, of their everyday lives. Doesn't just have to be in spirituality, but they're very good at that. But the other aspect is in the physical growth of yourself, be it your business, be it your lifestyle, whatever it is that you want to develop. They're amazing at that, at helping people reach high heights. And so, knowing this about yourself, Elk people, you first need to know that the work begins with you. So if you haven't already been on this journey of self-discovery and growing within yourself, learning your abilities to heal yourself, because truly the healing is within you. And as it is with all of us, you have the medicine of the black spruce within you and the obsidian and the elk. So the black spruce is a totem of all healing. It can heal many, many ills. And so when we find ourselves at a time where the immune system is weakest, when people on the planet seem to be very weak in their immune systems, the Elk people are much needed for their medicine of healing. So anyone who is an herbalist, who is an Elk person, you will excel at this extensively because this is your trait. This is your energy. This is your medicine that you bring in. And you can take anything, just about anything, and turn it into medicine because that is what the spruce is. Every part of that tree can be used. And so you have the talent, the gift, the knowledge within you to take things and turn them into healing bombs. So it doesn't just have to be, something we take in internally. It's an idea that you can take and turn it into a healing bomb. It's a home, a dilapidated property that you can take and turn into this amazing healing spot that everybody wants to come to. So look into yourself for your abilities, your talents, your gifts, and really tap into your knowing that you have this in you. You know how to do it. And if you're just not aware of what to do, begin to do some more inner work. Take more time to meditate. Take more time to pick up some books on healing herbs. Take more time to pick up books on remodeling or whatever it is that you're doing, because whatever you touch, you can heal. And the people that are around you is the same way. When you touch those people, you're healing them. When you speak to people, you're healing them. But most of all, you need to be in a healing place first. So you have to find that healing and the balance within yourself in order to spread it to others. But once you're there, once you're in that state of balance, and of course, we're always finding balance. And this is why the elk is always moving from highlands to lowlands, because there's a time when you need to rest as well, because you work so much. You need to know that you need to be balanced. So that means that it's not just about being a workaholic. You have to take time for rest. So with the elk people on our planet today and becoming more aware of your powers and your abilities and who you are truly a gift to humanity. So you must remember your power, your medicine. Tap into who you are. And remember, the darkness that is within you is your color, because black is the color of the elk. And that color helps to ground them and bring them into balance and reminds them of the darkness of which they come from and the power that comes with that. We thank you so much for joining us today for this show. Please join me next week as we talk about the snow goose people born between December 22nd and January 19th. They belong to the Turtle Clan. Thank you and have a beautiful week.